Hello Stampers, Deb Valder here. Welcome back to my studio. I love having you stop by for some craftiness. And today is going to be a very simple card. It's these cute little bears, hug, 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 just a really pretty card to send to someone. I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. One of them is going to be on our watercolor paper, and the other one is going to be just on our regular marshmallow white paper. So without any further ado, let's get started. I'm going to bring in my little bear here, but before I stamp the bears, I'm going to stamp my hug because I like to position it that way. It's just easier to position around the bear if you've got your words in there first. So I'm just going to stamp this randomly 3 times. And then I have enough room to do my little bears. And the last thing I'll do is the little heart. Alrighty, so I'm going to put that aside. And that comes from our amazing little set called Huggable. All of the links are going to be below. And if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. But now I'm going to do my bear on this card. And I'm also going to take and do it on my other card. So here's my other card. I'm going to do just something a little bit different on this one. I'm going to stamp the bears very low. And the sentiment that comes along with it is adorable. And I'm going to do that on the top. With a space in between, and you'll see why when I finish her up. There we go. All right, so I'm going to set this one aside because that one's pretty much done. And then, oh, nope, you know what we have to do? We have to do our little heart. Okay, so I'll just put that right over here. And then I'll do it again on this one. Right over here. Alrighty, so this one was just on our marshmallow fluff paper, and this one is on watercolor paper right here. So now what I'm going to do is, because we are going to watercolor very fast, I'm going to bring in my palette. I'm going to bring in just a little container here to put some water in. I'm just going to add my water, bring in my brush, and some browns. So let's start with the basic chocolate, and then I'm going to bring in just my brown. It's called brown for the darker parts, and then if I need some light, actually I'm going to start with the saddle. This is just called saddle brown, and all the links are below. Okay, then we're going to use that, but we're going to use that later. All right, so let's just start with some water, pinch it off, and then pick up our saddle brown. And what I'm going to do is just whitewash this all in here like this, nice and light. This is going to be our base coat, leaving white for some highlights. Okay, so you want some on the top. You want some right here where the actual head kind of juts out a little bit. We're going to do this over here, pick up some water, pinch it off, pick up the color, and remember to leave some white up at the top. Okay. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm not an expert at watercoloring, but I do enjoy doing it. It just is so much fun. Here we go. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. That's what I found. You just get better at it as you go along. I look back at some of my very first pieces and they are hysterical. But you know what? Everything is a learning curve. And like I said, I am nowhere near an expert at this, but I just enjoy doing it. And it makes me feel good. So I've just kind of whitewashed everything in there. I'm going to get some more water on my brush. And now I'm going to go in with my chocolate and just darken up some of these spots that are going to need some shadows. Okay, and I do that wherever there is something else resting on it. Does that make sense? I use the side of my brush. And if you are, like this to me right here is a little bit too dark, so to erase it, you just add a little bit more water. That's the fun about using watercolor paper, is that it's very forgiving. You can erase it with just going over it with the water. And when it dries, it just looks so, so pretty. Use some of this brown over here. This is really dark right here. And then just kind of feather it out. Okay, just kind of feather it out a little bit here. Add a little bit more water, pinch it out. And look at how adorable this is becoming. See, and not a lot of work to it. Okay, there's a little bit of shadowing right here. So all I'm doing is just adding a little bit of a line. All right, let's get this, because not too much. You don't want to fuss too much over it. Let's get his little tail right here, her tail, his tail, whatever. Okay, there's that. All right, I think we're pretty much done with that. Now let's add some blue. So I'm going to go with my navy blue here, even though it's not navy blue. I'm going to go with my navy blue, and I'm going to add some highlights to the pillow right here. Okay, so I'm just going to add just a little bit of highlights right here. Not a lot, just to give it a little bit of color. Same thing with this part down here, just a little bit of color. Okay, and then some shadowing down here. Isn't this cute? So cute. Okay, let's add a little bit of dark right here. All right, gonna add a lot of water because I don't like a lot of, it's not sky, but I just like this to be just very, very faint. All right, and then last but not least, to finish off this card, we're just gonna take and color in our heart. And I'm going direct marker to the paper. Let's do a red heart on this little guy right here. Even though this is going to be a black and white picture or card, I'm still going to add one little pop of the red heart, and that just really signifies that I'm there for them. Okay, so there's that. And then we are ready to put this little puppy together. All right, so let's do the watercolor one first. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take my background and my base card right here. I'm going to use my new tape runner, which I absolutely love. You guys know that. We have these in the shop now. They're so much fun. And they don't wind themselves back. That's what I love about them. They just don't wind themselves backwards. All right, so just line that up. Put that little guy down there like that. Add our runner. And this card is done. All right, so there's card number 1. And let's just finish up card number 2. So for this right here, I actually used our new little rectangle dies, and they have these cute, adorable little X's in them. They're so cute. It's a cross stitch. So if you're a cross stitch kind of person, and even if you're not, isn't that adorable? So cute. All right, so let's add that to our little card right here. Alrighty, so we've got that right there. Now we're going to add just a little black ribbon around here, tie it in a knot. And just, you've got a very fast black and white card. That is so cute. Alrighty, let's trim these off. We've got the Cute, cute, cute. Alrighty, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my black foam squares here. And add those to our base card right here. Right. And we have an adorable little black and white teddy bear card. So these are our 2 cards for today. I hope you enjoyed them. They were super simple. Here's the other one right here. I hope I hope you give it a try. Watercoloring is not anything to be worried about. It just is absolutely gorgeous. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. You take care. Remember, all of the products are listed below and where to get them. Mostly on our Teaspoon of Fun site. We just have a blast doing this for you. So with that, you take care. Have a great day, and thanks for stopping by.